Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Everyone, the Trump administration is pushing a 50-year mortgage plan, promising lower monthly payments. But critics do warn that it's a financial trap that benefits banks while locking homeowners into decades of debt. So, let us get it straight now. The government, led by a billionaire real estate mogul, is now pitching a 50-year mortgage like it's some kind of revolutionary hack for the housing crisis. Because apparently, the solution to unaffordable homes is making sure we never own them in our lifetime. Genius? No, not really. This plan, floated by the Federal Housing Finance Agency Director, Bill Pult, and hyped by President Trump himself, and it's being sold as a so-called game changer for young people. And you know what? It is a game changer, just not for us. It's a game changer for banks, mortgage lenders, and developers who now get to collect interest from all of us for a half a century. 50 years of payments, and if you're lucky, you might own your home just in time to pass it on to your grandkids, assuming that they're not still paying off their own, probably a 75-year mortgage by then. So experts are saying that the monthly payments might be lower, sure, but the total interest paid over the time of the life of the loan is staggering. Like, you bought this 3 houses. You might as well buy more than one house if you're going to get into this deal for 50 years, a half century. And for millennials, especially African American millennials, who already face wage stagnation, student loan debt, and systemic barriers to wealth building, this is just another way to keep us locked out of the true home ownership that we always wanted. It's definitely giving indentured servitude with a Zillow listing. And YouTube family, and let's not ignore the racial undertones here. Because historically, African Americans have been redlined, denied loans, and pushed into predatory lending schemes. Remember back in 2008, during that mortgage crisis? But now we're being offered a shiny new trap wrapped in the language of quote unquote opportunity. But this time we do see right through it, thankfully. This isn't about helping us build wealth, it's about keeping us paying forever. Because when you stretch out a mortgage to 50 years, you're not solving affordability. You're just not making debt more palatable. And this goes for every single race or ethnicity, because this is extremely hard, heart wrenching, very unaffordable for so many people, even couples, both of them working. There's no way in the world. And if someone were to take a deal like this, I would say to pay the mortgage 2 times a month to get it paid in a short amount of time. So everyone, the American dream, as we know, it used to be about owning a home, building equity, and passing something down to your children and to the next generations. But now it's about surviving long enough to maybe pay off your mortgage before your knees give out. And if you're African American in America, or brown, the dream was already on life support. This plan, it's the plug being plugged. So this isn't a solution, it's a symptom of a broken system that prioritizes profit over people and banks over futures of this generation and the next, in my opinion. We don't need longer mortgages. We need fair wages, definitely affordable housing, and even policies that actually help us own, not rent our lives away. Because of this, this is it's supposed to be the future of homeownership. But then the American dream just got repossessed for real. And if you are really seriously thinking about owning a home, looking online, I have to say that, the states that had the lowest home prices this year include West Virginia, where the median home price is $146,578, extremely cheap. Then Mississippi at $200,000, Louisiana $210,000, Kentucky $212,000, and Arkansas $212,000 as well. So you're probably wondering, why are these states so much more affordable than others? Well, they have a lower demand compared to the coastal and urban markets. There's definitely slower population growth, which reduces housing pressure. Many of these towns are even rural, more isolated. They're not near even the jobs where people need to work. They don't have like big name brand companies there. And there's not a lot of things to do as far as leisure time either. There's also, of course, this leads to a lower cost of living in these states and lower property taxes. There's definitely a lot more rural land availability, which keeps the prices down. So again, if you're in that stage of life where you don't want a lot of excitement, I love peace and quiet myself, but here, thinking about these 5 states is very isolated, very quiet. And again, there's not much to do. You have your land, and most likely you take joy in, being in nature, for example, as opposed to, going to a Broadway show or going to a concert, and even, gathering with people in a lounge, for example. So some things to consider even before you move to these states. Think about the job opportunities, because usually they're a lot less accessible, very limited in these rural areas. Think about the infrastructure and the public services. Definitely can vary and is very, very wide. And of course, cultural and lifestyle differences, which may be very significant if you're relocating from a major city, a big city. For example, if you were living in New York, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida, and so forth. But since you're a millennial, anyone who's at that stage, anyone who is even a youthful senior trying to break into homeownership without signing up for a 50-year mortgage, these states do offer a glimmer of hope. But even in these affordable places, the prices are still creeping up, and the wages aren't getting a fair play. They're not keeping up with the pace. So while the sticker price might look really cute, the long-term math still requires a calculator and a prayer and even a few side hustles in order to continue paying that mortgage off very consistently. And again, most times you definitely need to have, a partner or someone who you're purchasing the home with, just in case we run into what we did with the government shutdown that we're still in right now. So everyone, please keep in mind regarding this news, Plan wisely and really think it through if you are considering this 50-year mortgage. Maybe some of you will take it, others may wait until this administration, hopefully, leaves and we have um, a new president. So everyone, drop a comment below. Please let me know what you think about this news story and even our future. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Stay safe wherever you are.
New backlash as the Trump administration moves forward with a plan to introduce 50-year mortgages.
It looks to be like the president's looking for a quick fix to a market that is fundamentally broken right now.
Over the weekend, Trump sharing this image comparing the proposal to the 30-year mortgage policies championed by FDR nearly a century ago. The move could potentially kickstart the now stagnant real estate market. Homes are currently seeing the lowest turnover rate in 30 years, and the median age of first-time home buyers just hit an all-time high of 40 years old.
It's really difficult to see right now for younger borrowers how they are going to be able to afford a home.
A longer fixed-rate mortgage would lower monthly payments, but would also create a higher total cost because of all that interest over 5 decades. Take a $400,000 loan at 6% interest. Under a 30-year mortgage, the monthly payment would be just shy of $2,400. Under a 50-year loan, it drops to just over $2,100, a savings of nearly $300 a month. But over time, that savings is erased by a much larger interest bill, because while the total interest on a 30-year loan would be about $463,000, the interest on a 50-year loan would total more than $860,000. Many, including longtime allies of President Trump, are not on board with the idea. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, quote, "It will ultimately reward the banks, mortgage lenders, and home builders, while people pay far more in interest over time and die before they ever pay off their home, in debt forever, in debt for life." And the White House has not yet explained how it would get around the Dodd-Frank Act, which effectively bans mortgages longer than 30 years.